What if we just stood
Hello,
right here and
hello,
took in the atmosphere?
hello.
What would we find?
Checking my
We'd
audio.
find one of the most
All right.
atmospheric missions ever in a Call of Duty game, and one of the most uncanny representations of a real-life space in any game. But it's probably not for the reasons you think. One of the reasons, for example, is that the stars in the sky are weirdly blurry, and all of them are smeared. Why would they do that? I'll tell you about that later. This is a mission called Clean House from the hit 2019 video game Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and it's the first time in a long time that the Call of Duty series has had a mission transcend the micro-zeitgeist of its release to leave a lasting impression on the wider culture, which really just means like YouTube gamers, but you know. Other examples of this include the Normandy mission from Call of Duty 2, several missions from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and
Doesn't look like the background has audio there. Could be a... Okay, that one has audio. That one's got audio. Okay, now it's got audio. Huh, weird. OBS issues, am I right?
no Russian from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. But until Clean House, I would argue that it had been at least a decade since the franchise had been able to break free from the inbuilt apathy of annualized releases. So what made this mission stand out so much? Why has it gotten so much attention? I unironically think that a big part of it is that if you enable the night vision in the game, screenshots of it look ridiculously realistic in a YouTube thumbnail. I mean, look at the reveal trailer of the game. There's a reason they used that image. But a lot of it, of course, also has to do with the environment design. So this is where the mission starts. Like I said earlier, what we're supposed to do is head up that way so that the mission can continue. But if we don't, and this is one of my favorite things about games like Call of Duty, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, everything just stops. Time effectively freezes, but we can move around freely.
Hi, Botrix. Thanks you for joining.
Soaking in so many details, both realistic and not so realistic. For example, inside the
You're
house,
a couple minutes
there
late,
are
though.
plates on the table with food remnants. In the back alley, there's a can of automotive paint on the ground. In the basement of the house, there's a pair of extremely high-quality breathable underwear. Wait a second, what brand are those? Oh my god. Are those Me Undies? Listen, I had to. It was the transition. It was too good. It wasn't even that good. I don't think those are actually underpants. But all of those other details in the game were true, and there's a ton more. But I have to tell you about underpants now because the timer is ticking, and I don't want Me Undies to feel like I took advantage of them by using too much of their segment to talk about things that aren't their undies. Like, for example, how this sink doesn't have a drain pipe. I do like their underwear, though. I'm wearing it right now. Look. Actually, don't look. I'm not that guy. MeUndies is one of those products that makes me feel very dumb for not remembering that there's such a thing as high-quality things. You know what I mean?
This
like,
game's so fucking pretty. I love it every time.
Better than cheap underwear. MeUndies also said I should talk about how cute your butt will look in their underwear, but I don't really feel like I don't feel comfortable objectifying you like that because I don't know you. So if they ask, I said it, but I didn't. I'm sure you look great though, but I'm just saying it's none of my business. It's just a giant high-quality underwear store. Okay, I don't know what you want from me. Do you want some high-quality underwear at a discounted price that benefits your favorite YouTuber? Do you want to be your most comfortable self this fall with MeUndies? Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/AnyAustin. That's MeUndies.com/AnyAustin. Link below. Anyway, so all of these intricate details are very impressive. They add to the feel of the world, and they deserve to be talked about in depth. But these are the details that the developers really thought about and put in the game intentionally. And sometimes it's in those things that you don't think too hard about where the art really expresses itself. So I want to start by taking a look at something in this mission that I'm sure no player has ever taken a good look at, and that I'm not really sure that the developers have taken a close look at. The sky. Now you might be thinking, who cares? It's just some stars. No, it's not. Look again. It's blurry, and it's blurry in a really weird way. The stars are all streaky, all in the same direction, just a little bit, and the left side of each star is just a little bright pinpoint. This is not a clear stock photograph of a night sky. This is something else. But what and why? The effect is sort of similar to a very short version of those long exposure photographs of the night sky that you can find in like National Geographic, you know, the ones with the stars, how they make big circular patterns, and it's always like the most beautiful vista you've ever seen. You'll notice in those photos that stars closer or further to the center of rotation will leave shorter or longer streaks as the exposure continues. So if this skybox from Call of Duty is a real long exposure photograph, we should see the same effect. Some stars should have longer tails and some should have shorter tails. And we do, sort of. It's subtle, but the stars further in this direction have shorter tails than the ones in this direction. To make things even weirder, there's another level in this game that uses a nighttime skybox, but that level has just a normal, non-smudgy nighttime skybox. It even has real constellations in it. You can see Orion. So they had one, but they didn't use it. I'm hugely curious what the story here is, because no matter how you interpret it, Infinity Ward, the developers, either did something a little
Oh, I was not expecting that.
or they did notice and they put it in the game anyway, or it was an intentional artistic choice. Either way, I'm a big fan. This skybox really adds a surreal, frozen in time feeling to the space because you see the mechanics of the photograph itself. If the sky looked perfectly realistic, we might believe we're in a living, breathing world, but because we can clearly see it's a photograph and that it's a frozen moment in time, which all photographs are, suddenly the world feels way too still and a little bit eerie. The sound design is very good as well. The dog barking, the ambient wind sounds, the train going by. They could have easily set the mission in a much more gamifiable area like a warehouse or during a much more dramatic weather event like a thunderstorm, but the choice to put it in a residential neighborhood on a clear, calm, weird night is super important for the atmosphere, whether you notice the strange frozen skybox or not. And I'm not going to dive into it really, but it also enhances the moment in the narrative because this is a very high-stakes mission that's meant to feel very tense. It has you going through a house, making quick choices about who's a threat and who's not, ostensibly putting you in a position where you could make serious mistakes. Ostensibly. In practice, like most Call of Duty games, it works out more like playing Time Crisis than an actual interactive ethical dilemma. And the stakes really aren't that high because the game checkpoints every 10 seconds. It could be fun, but not unlike a lot of big budget games, they kind of end up tying their shoelaces together in the execution. You know, the story of Call of Duty games, there's a lot to talk about, like the ethics or lack of ethics in the series, its role as military propaganda, whatever. All of that is worthy of discussion for sure. And if you're curious about that, I highly recommend these two videos. But I'm going to stick to this very specific topic of atmosphere and environment design. Now, before we take a look inside the clean house itself, one more detail to show you outside. Whoa, 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 whoa! There's an airplane! Dang, and it even has the green on one side, the red on the other side. Like, that's just amazing. I'm absolutely blown away by that. Oh no, there's another one, but it's going that way. The fact that it's two airplanes and that they go different directions, it brings me such joy. That's such a pointless, inexplicable detail to add. It's not lore related, it's not even clever, it's not even really noticeable. I love it, and I think this is pretty high up there on the list of games that capture exactly what it looks and feels like to see a commercial airliner flying above you at night. Here's a side-by-side with some real footage I took the other night. This is a really, really good representation of that, which
That's cool.
There's no reason to ever make a good representation of that very specific thing, but they did. All right, let's go inside the house.
3 SAS teams will get inside and connect the dots. If the Wolf is in possession of the stolen Russian gas in Kazakhstan, we need to find him.
A lot has been made about this house. It's a great house. The visual design, the audio design, it's all really tense, immersive, and grounded. It has the same feel as the house in Resident Evil 7, or maybe even more so the one in PT, if you remember that demo. And it might be tempting to just assume that what makes all of these video game houses so immersive is that the developers took more time to add more, better detail. But that's not quite true. All three of these uncanny houses share in common a quality that very few video game houses have. They're the right size. Infinity Ward developers actually talk about this in detail in a 2019 interview with YouTube channel GameBrain, citing their desire to achieve a 1-to-1 scale with reality as being a high priority for them.
1-to-1 scale is the major answer.
And they also drop a very interesting little bit of knowledge.
All previous games that have tried to show what it's like to do a night raid or to clean a house, they all do what we call video game scale, which is about 30% larger than real world scale.
Now, I've heard this before, and there are YouTube videos about it, but I've never actually checked it myself. So let's do that. Here's a doorway from 2007's Modern Warfare with a guy standing in it. Here's a doorway from 2019's Modern Warfare with another guy standing in it. This old doorway is very big, so you know, fair enough. I think we don't realize how small real doorways are because our spatial awareness in real life is a lot better than it is in a video game, so we don't need nearly as much room to effectively move around. But when you put these side by side, it almost seems egregious. It makes me want to build a real house 30% too big and then have people over for a dinner party and see if anyone notices. Maybe I'll do that for a YouTube video. I'll build a 10% too big house and a 20% too big house, and 30%, and keep going until people are like, wait, what the hell's wrong with your house? Also, check out this gigantic bathroom in this house from the older game. This is how you can tell they really weren't hyper-focused on gritty realism back then, because there's no way this room was meant to be a bathroom from the get-go. This would be such an insane way to have a bathroom. Now, this true-to-life scale is also a part of PT and Resident Evil 7, and in that same previously cited interview, the developers of this mission specifically name-dropped those two games as inspirations for the design of Clean House, so I'm not just pulling them out of thin air. It does make me wonder what other games have realistically proportioned doorways. I assume something like Red Dead Redemption does, but beyond that, I'm not really sure. Post your realistically proportioned doorway games in the comments below. Maybe we'll make a video about that sometime. The question that I'm not really sure of the answer to is why being in a realistically proportioned environment makes us feel so odd in a video game. My best guess is that it's just because smaller areas are more claustrophobic and peripheral vision in a video game is non-existent, so it just feels too small to move around in. That, plus the fact that if you've been playing video games for a longer period of time, you'll have gotten used to the bloated scale and other games, so it'll be even more obvious that things here are shrunk down. But I'm honestly not totally sure. Okay, so what other weird details are there in this house? Let's run down a list of my favorites. You enter through the kitchen window, which is a little unconventional, but you know, guys like this typically are. The first funny detail I noticed, the garbage cans in the house are empty. Every single one in the entire house. I might be able to buy this if it was only 1 or 2 people that lived here, but there are 15 people staying in this one house. No shot the garbage cans would be this clean, especially when the baby diaper hamper looks like it hasn't been emptied since they moved in. Maybe this is the chemical weapon they were talking about.
Wolford's in possession of the stolen Russian gas in Kazakhstan.
Hey, you. Next, let's look at the bookshelves. You'll notice I was shocked at how many they had. They have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 52 economics textbooks in their house. That's a lot of economics. The second most common book in this house is A History of the World, of which there are 12 copies. Speaking of bookshelves, there are 2 bookshelves that are identical here, and they have identical books on them in this one room. The developers did a remarkable job of adorning this whole house with lots of bespoke details and making each room feel unique, so it's fun to see them do something lazy, like copy-paste a piece of furniture. We approve of this. I also found this wire plugged into a wall that doesn't connect to anything, and it actually goes right through this plastic box. This is confusing to me because why even put the wire there then? Like, who goes out of their way to model a wire and then not model what it connects to? Just take out the wire, but actually leave it in because I like it. I counted that this house had 15 people living in it, or it did before I played the mission, and I was curious if there was enough beds for all of those, so I counted all the beds. There are 8 places to sleep for sure, assuming 2 people in each bed, plus 2 couches, and there are 14 adults staying in this house. So it's not technically enough, but I like the added detail of having this room with a bunch of makeshift mattresses on the floor because it really makes it feel like they put too many people in here for their little meeting. It doesn't matter. And they just had to come up with some sort of imperfect solution, so they just threw a bunch of mattresses in this extra room. And then my last 2 favorite details come by looking out the window. If you look way out in the distance, you'll see this tiny little sliver of some sort of wider city. It's very obviously just like a flat skybox, but you know, I love that stuff. And then secondly, if you wait long enough for the train to go by, the train is completely empty. There's not a soul on board, which is not impossible, but it is pretty creepy. The funny thing is, though, I'm not all that sure how much these sorts of details that I just showed you actually substantively contribute to the atmosphere of the mission. You know what I mean? Like, it would be really easy for me to YouTube essay my way into a conclusion by saying something like, all of these details may not be noticed by you consciously, but your brain notices them, and it makes you feel unsettled because it's not quite right. But would that actually be true? Like, obviously I can say it and it sounds like it could be true, but that would be saying that if we like filled up these trash cans and increased the variety of books, that the mission suddenly wouldn't feel uncanny anymore? I doubt it. I don't think it's that simple. And to be honest, I'm gonna come clean. I just wanted to show you all this weird stuff I found because I thought it was cool. But regardless, you can't deny that this mission has a feel. It does have a real atmosphere. Call of Duty has been weirdly good at this type of thing for a long time, and it generally doesn't get credit for it because the Venn diagram of people who like obvious army propaganda and people who like making little observations about odd places in video games is
you suck at combat.
One person, and it's me. But these games, the good ones anyway, have always been incredibly immersive and engaging environmentally, and a lot of that work gets pumped into sequences that are over in a few minutes or less. The developers of Clean House said that the average playtime for this mission is about 8 minutes. That's a lot of detail for such a short mission. And it's not just Clean House. In one of the recent trailers for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, there's a section of gameplay that takes place on the back of a motorcycle speeding through the streets of Washington, D.C. in the 90s. And while watching it, I was totally floored by it. All of this work for 20 seconds of gameplay. You know, it'd be one thing if these were just low-quality stock assets in the background from whatever asset website, or just some low-effort buildings meant to sort of feel vaguely Washington-y, but they're not. You know how I know they're not? Because I figured out where this takes place in Washington, D.C., and then I used the trailer to trace the path of the motorcycle through the streets and compare what we see in the trailer to what's actually there in real-life Washington, D.C.
That's amazing.
Get ready. So the building from the trailer is Union
Hi,
Station
Birch.
in,
Didn't see you
Washington,
stop
D.C.
in.
They call it Capitol Station in the trailer.
Forgot
but
to turn
it's
on my
not.
little
It's
chat
Union
notification
Station.
thingy.
Look at this. It's clear as day. They're the same thing.
I
The
always forget
motorcycle
that.
breaks through the front doors, goes out, around the statue and the flagpoles, then gets cut off by the feds, turns right, and then turns right again at the end of the block to come around the west side of Union Station. So it would be right here on the map if you look on Google. If you watch the trailer carefully, you'll see so many things done with care. The flagpoles, the grassy area, the fountain. It's awesome. But the greatest detail in this trailer comes a little further in the sequence. Let's freeze frame the shot right here. Look carefully at this. Just take this in for a second. Let me get out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is show you the street view of real-life Washington, D.C. in the exact same spot. Holy cow.
Incredible.
Even down to the little vents and the parking garage outlets, these are not stock game development assets. These are bespoke models of the city. And on top of that, perhaps the most incredible thing about this whole trailer, this building on the left. Do you have any idea what that building is? This is, and I'm not joking, this is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the real life Bureau of Labor Statistics, which means we got lore-accurate Bureau of Labor Statistics in a video game before Grand Theft Auto 6. If you don't know why I'm so excited about that, you have some catching up to do on the channel. So, you know, there's a lot of justifiable cynicism about Call of Duty. And honestly, most of it I agree with pretty fervently. And it's not fair to pretend that this entry in the series 2019's Modern Warfare is your average Call of Duty game. By all accounts, it was the best one they made.
Hi,
in years,
Rochi.
and in the
Good to
5
see
years
ya.
since, they've made some real stinkers, which certainly doesn't help the case for the series being worth paying close attention to. So honestly, maybe I won't go so far as to say that we've given Call of Duty an unfair shake. I've actually probably been excessively generous given how ridiculously money-hungry, anti-consumer, and historically revisionist the series is. But there's something about the vibe that I think is worth celebrating, even if we do it very quietly in a corner after spending the day being rightfully critical of the series. I'm Annie Austin. Thanks for watching.
All right, time for another video. Oop, hold on. My browser's not being captured. Which I guess is fine, but normally it is being captured. Like that.
I bought a mic stand. Guinos, as you may know, I just underwent hair surgery and unfortunately, they could not save all of it. Yeah, they told me it was some procedure called a haircut, whatever that means. But it's okay because I make a video now. So if any of you guys ever talk to an older relative about one of your hobbies, like say, I don't know, making YouTube videos or playing
Oh, you don't
video
want to
games,
talk?
and at the end of
Alright.
a long spiel about how passionate you are about them and how fulfilling they are to you, they just ask, so how much money do you make from doing that? It's such an awful question, and
Blasted her
I always
ass.
dread when I'm talking to someone I don't really know about my hobbies or interests. Most of the time it completely blindsides me too. It's like they think it's a huge waste of time unless I'm making some amount of money from it. This is especially the case when I'm talking to other STEM majors, who are probably most well known for their incredible ethics and understanding of what makes people happy. This attitude is also permeated online with business influencers and TikTok entrepreneurs telling people that the only way that they can be happy or successful is to start a drop shipping business with all of their free time. Listen, man, I know you're really enjoying Astrobot, the only game for the PlayStation 5, but it's not making you any money. What you should be doing with all that free time is starting a Redbubble store, where you steal a bunch of art and throw it on t-shirts, and then you can relax as you watch $5 roll in every month. I made a video about this kind of thing over a month ago now, called Resellers Are Ruining Our Hobbies, where I talk about how I think resellers are ruining our hobbies. I wanted to elaborate on a point that I made near the end, how nothing can just be for fun anymore. That line of thinking has legitimately ruined some hobbies for me, like collecting Pokemon cards or retro games. I just lost interest in accessibility to the hobbies whenever the prices skyrocketed, and instead of communities being full of people that actually cared about Pokemon or retro games or whatever, it was full of speculators who were treating it like investments. Is it possible to make money off of something you genuinely care about? Hell yeah it is, and it's awesome when you can make it work, but the problem lies in the motivation of why you're doing it. Are you doing something because you genuinely like doing it and then the money followed afterwards? Or are you doing it because you saw it as an easy income and decided to pick up a side hustle? To give you an example, there's a subreddit I used to look at from time to time.
Whoa. That's some wild rocks.
I get it. It's called NewTubers. It advertises itself as a place for new creators to give each other advice, to connect with one another, you know, all that good stuff. Recently, though, I noticed a growing trend of people joining that community simply in it for the money, which, I mean, I can see why. A lot of bigger creators on this platform make a good amount of money doing something that they genuinely love. The problem with that money-centric mindset, though, is that they're forgetting the second part. The reason that this is such a fun and easy job for those people is because they enjoy doing it. On the contrary, every other post on that forum is about monetization, about getting more views, about getting more subs, just a general I want to get bigger energy, which, I mean, it's a fine thing to want. The problem lies in the focus of their questions. They're not asking things like, how do I become a better creator? They're asking things like, why aren't I making $1 billion billion?
Well, there's houses here. Somebody came out here.
You don't see the struggle that it took to get there. Plus, just because you see people having fun with what makes them money doesn't mean you're gonna like it too. Nothing worth having comes easy. To quote some guy or whatever. Basically what I'm trying to say, looping back around to what this video is actually about, is that passion should come first. Creative and fun hobbies, and I guess hobbies in general, are only fun and fulfilling if you actually enjoy doing them. Otherwise, it's just another job. Behind all of the want for wealth and the pursuit of success.
Damn, I literally just jumped on that mine.
If you weren't trying to make money all the time, what would you be doing? Would you still be doing all of these side hustles, or would you find a hobby that's actually fulfilling to you? Just because it doesn't make you money doesn't mean that it's a waste of time. Don't let anyone tell you that. Hell, don't let anyone tell you that anything you like doing is a waste of time. My personal belief is that as long as at the end of it you're happy, you weren't wasting any time at all. In my opinion, the real waste of time and effort.
Why do I have zero sneak?
An unfulfilling career through
oh, because of my heavy armor.
Things like
makes
drop
sense.
shipping, reselling thrift store items on Depop, or like clip farming on TikTok and YouTube. You're not gonna be happy by doing that. You could spend that time working towards something that you actually want to be doing, and it can make you money. These aren't the only things that are available for you to make money on the side. You could find something you genuinely like doing and focus on it as a hobby first, and then as a money maker second. And I'm not trying to say that you should immediately know your calling whenever you're looking for a job or going to college. I did it.
Why is it still at 9?
Time to start doing YouTube, like, for real, and I had wanted to do it ever since I was
So if I take off my armor, I can open the door?
I had only attempted to make videos here and there, which are never going to be available to the public because one of them is titled Cooking Chadley with Chad Sands, and I do not want anyone to ever see that ever again. My point is that it started as a hobby. I was doing it purely for fun. Would I like this to be my job someday?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, of course I would. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna say it's my side hustle. It's my hobby. And I just happen to make money from it sometimes. I feel like more and more, especially online, people are told that they have to optimize their hobbies to make them money. And that's just not true. Do what makes you feel happy and fulfilled because it makes you happy and fulfilled. If you want to collect Pokemon cards because you like Pokemon cards, hell yeah, man, go for it. I've got all of these in here that I never intend on selling just because I like the way that, look at that, that's so cool. Not to say you can't collect and like them and also want to resell them later down the line. I mean, you're part of the hobby. You like them because you like Pokemon cards. But if your sole purpose for buying these things is to resell them back to the market, first of all, I hate you. Second of all, just become an investor, man. You would make so much more money that way. Then you could find a hobby you actually like doing. We've got a limited amount of time on this funny blue oblate spheroid we call home. And wouldn't you rather spend that time doing something you love rather than optimizing a bunch of side hustles?
Yeah, that's why I game all the time. It's my favorite thing.
Life is getting more and more expensive, so it makes sense to me why it's appealing to monetize everything you do to make more. Keep doing that if you need to. It's just frustrating to me that so many people hold the belief that you can't have anything in your life that isn't in some way an income. Anyways, Guinos, I just wanted to make a quick video about this. It's been on my mind lately ever since I saw a tweet where a guy was talking about how he goes to fighting game competitions, and when he was talking about that to someone else, they asked if he made any money from it, and he just got depressed about it. It shouldn't have to be about money. You're allowed to do things strictly for fun. I think in general, people just need to be less focused on money and more on what makes them happy, which is an incredibly profound thing that nobody has ever said before in the world. I also wanted to thank you guys for the immense support I got on my last video. It's been unreal. It means a lot that people like the things that I'm creating.
Yeah, it was also pushed by the algorithm really well.
Still would have gotten made, but now I'm glad that more than 2 people in my family get to see them. I've got more stuff planned coming up in October. I may have something for you guys. I don't know yet. I'm still in the planning phases, but we'll see.
Okay, what's D'Angelo been saying?
If I had to sum up today's entire video in a single word, it would be stubborn. The subject of today's video needs to quit while he's behind. I'm referring to Mark Robinson, the lieutenant governor who just got outed for his extensive history of extremely disturbing comments, but he's claiming that these are all AI generated.
Oh, hey, Zoe.
Somehow, in an election cycle that has been full of just the most unhinged news, this man manages to tower above the rest in a way I have never seen. But first, welcome, my name is D'Angelo, and I am your professor of barometric time signatures, which is a very real degree that I definitely do have.
Wow.
Or maybe this is just me broadcasting myself talking in my room like YouTube used to.
Accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
I didn't kill everyone. Huh?
Hey, me too. But mostly because I just had my second dose of Adrena time. I am so completely addled right now. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold.
Half my skills to do what? I didn't do
I'd be
anything.
the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I haven't done anything.
I'm great at clarifying.
What are you talking about?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
Okay.
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh,
I like your
yeah,
eyeshadow.
These guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
Okay.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Okay.
I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them.
Oh, I guess the sun's
I
here.
wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
I guess. Do you need me to kill this guy for you? Okay, well, I have to kill this guy, so I'm going to. Could you move so I don't blow you up? Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
to be. And today's lecture almost manages to be funny. Like, if you take out the fact that this man does actually have political power, and there's a possibility that he will gain even more of it, and he is completely insane. Other than that, it's actually pretty funny. Mostly just because his stubborn refusal to see reality the way everyone else sees it is just sad to behold. So this
All right, let me try it again.
Mark. He was the first black lieutenant governor of North Carolina, but also
lieutenant governor
Donald Trump. Like, jokes aside,
what's a lieutenant governor?
This man is an extreme conservative. Marky Mark is currently running for governor. Lieutenant governor is just kind of like governor light, like a second in command type situation. And so with Mark Robinson being so extreme and so conservative, there's a vested interest from the Republican Party to get him in office in that capacity.
Well,
long story short,
killed your friend.
that's what Trump wants, and therefore it's probably the last thing that should be happening. But yeah, that's Mark Robinson. So he's been out there, right? He's been campaigning. He's really trying to get the job.
What?
And then CNN shows up and is like, pause, because we're about to ruin this man's entire career. When I tell you that this is simultaneously one of the most brilliant and horrifying headlines I have ever beheld with my own two eyes, you're just not ready. You're not ready. I am a black Nazi. North Carolina Republican nominee for governor made dozens of disturbing comments on adult forum. Thanks, CNN. What am I supposed to do with this info? And also, do you want to back that up?
That was lame.
Source, please. This is a crazy claim. But no.
Oh, I have to re-kill him? Alright.
They very, very clearly make a compelling case for why they believe this user they found that was active on all these adult sites is Mark Robinson, and that calling himself a black Nazi
Stupid RNG with the status
one
effects.
of his many completely outrageous statements, many of which were extremely anti-black, which Mark, who's gonna tell him? So because Mark was making all of these statements on a forum for adult content, we get this awful double whammy of understanding his political views and his inclinations at the same time. Many of Robinson's comments were gratuitously lewd in nature, and they were made under the name Mini Soldier. Mini Soldier? Mini Soldier.
Oh, okay, I've heard this.
Does
Yeah,
Mark
never
strike
mind.
us as more of like a soldering guy or like a soldiering guy? I'm just gonna stick with Minnesota. So this next little factoid is how I realized that Mark Robinson is not very smart. Robinson listed his full name on his profile for the adult site, as well as an email address he used on numerous websites across the internet for decades. I'm sorry, but
Wow.
who signs up for these sites using their actual first and last name? What normal person would do that? Let alone somebody who is going to run for public office? And then CNN whips out the receipts. A Facebook post shows that he used the Minnesota handle on Twitter. Pinterest? YouTube? Wait, no, hold on a second. Why is Mark Robinson a Pinterest girly?
You're the user.
What's this sound from?
I just think if we can find them, we'll have to switch up our game a little. Find them.
Oh, it was the music I was listening to. Okay.
Mark, what were you pinning? What were you,
It had some lady
what were
talking
you-
and like
This
a
is my
keyboard
Pinterest.
typing.
It's just cool outfits. Whatever this is, that's sponsored for Amazon. Why would I want to buy this? But no, anyways, Mark was Minnesota literally everywhere. Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, etc. So the article goes on to highlight how recently, at one of his rallies, Robinson said, if you're
I'm tired of all these
Friday
mines.
night and all of a sudden Saturday you feel like a woman and you want to go in the women's bathroom in the mall, you will be arrested or whatever we gotta do to you. Ooh, I love that thinly veiled threat. I mean, what veil? Actually, that's just a threat. We're going to protect our women, he says. But then it says, as Minnesota on this website, Robinson graphically described his own arousal as an adult from the memory of secretly peeping on women in public gym showers as a 14-year-old. Okay, hold on. I went peeping again the next morning. Ah, memories. The fact that CNN is literally cleaning this up, actually. CNN is not publishing the graphic
Oh,
details.
that's,
and
liquor.
yet he's still coming across as the freak of the week. Anyway, in another post, he describes why he's into transgender adult content. It takes the man out while leaving the man in. To be honest, what does
Huh.
No, I don't want to know. I genuinely should count myself lucky that I can't comprehend whatever the heck he's referring to here. Anyway, he also had beef with Martin Luther King Jr. for some reason. Of all people, for a black person in America to dislike, it's gonna be MLK, my guy. Yet you definitely would not be lieutenant governor, but okay. Let's just do this. He apparently attacked Martin Luther King Jr. in such intense terms that a user accused him of being a white supremacist. I'm not in the KKK. They don't let blacks... Oh, blacks. Why did this actually hurt more than a slur? They don't let blacks join. If I was in the KKK, I would have called him Martin Lucifer. Okay. This is actually, like, shockingly racist. Usually, I do not like the term shockingly racist. I think people use it to describe perfectly unshocking racism that is very common and needs to stop being put on some pedestal.
What's the consumable button?
But this is shocking to me. Martin Lucifer, bro. I think what really does my head in, I understand this from a grift perspective. When you are performing for President Trump because you want him to be your bestie because you're damaged, I get being racist towards your own race, even though that is insane. But why are you doing this as Minnesota on an adult forum for nobody? How is this your actual opinion? I think the thing I usually tell myself when it comes to people like this is, well, at the very least, even though I know they're spreading all this absolute nonsense, there has to be a possibility that they don't believe it, right? Right? But you are really out here doing this in private, slandering Martin Luther King Jr. because reasons. Now, this does raise the question of, how do we know somebody didn't just, I don't know,
so I could get addicted to Adrena time?
Change the name after the fact to
Let's
match
do it.
up once he got popular in politics, etc. Well, besides the fact that the full name was
and
Mark
Adrena's
Robinson on
your
the profile,
needles.
and
Gotcha.
that the email address used for the profile was the same one he was using elsewhere, Minnesota mentioned in 2008 being married for 18 years, which corresponds with Robinson's marriage to Yolanda Hill in 1990. This matched up later when he said 21 years in 2011. He wrote that he lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, which is where Robinson lived.
Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Go fuck yourself.
Armed strangers wandering into my camp. Got anything in you besides questions?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished with...
Oh, I found her.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, Marauder Camp. Is she alright?
Yeah, she's fine.
Getting along. What? Sitting around a campfire telling stories? If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some Marauders on... I'll tell you... Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he... What it...
Bye. We still have that one snitch over here that's hostile with me. What happens if you tell people? Oh, everyone in town immediately aggros? They got like horde aggro? Interesting, so I need to kill that guy.
Gone quiet.
I'm stalking you. You're getting stalked. Alright, okay, yeah, right. Well, if you go in that building, you're dead. Alright. Deserters are now off put. What does that mean? Hey.
I'm listening.
I've killed 2 of your people, just so you know. I obviously can't really tell you that, because otherwise y'all will turn on me. But old boy who lived in that house, he's dead. No snitches when I'm around. Now let's go see if we can get, Zoe. What's up here? No thanks, no thanks, no thanks. Could use some XP? Probably not worth the fight though. Juice ain't worth the squeeze. Zoe. Hey.
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Okay. Oh. Can I convince you otherwise? Oh, I have to intimidate you.
I got kicked out. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp. Instead, what do I find?
So I need 62 intimidate to get her home. Okay. I'm not even close to that. Yikes. I'm so tired of these concussive mines. That's fine. I'll go sleep off my concussion again. Concussion free. Do I have all 3? Sounds like I did.
Currently lives. And with these posts being written in 2008 and 2011, how could anyone argue that this was a plant or a fake? You know what I mean? He wasn't lieutenant governor. Nobody's thinking that far ahead. And the craziest thing is, I feel like articles usually do not have screenshots or like this many screenshots to back up their sources. They're usually just like, yeah, we're CNN, trust us. But nah, they genuinely caught this man in 4K. Everything they're saying, I can just see. In a post in 2012, Minnesota said he served in the army in the 80s during the same time. Oh, so it is Soldier. Both Minnesota and Robinson often posted about the same topics, including reviews for remote-controlled helicopters, their attraction to specific celebrities, and their favorite Twilight Zone episode. Oh man.
I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Wow.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Where's number 3? So I need to go to the cannery. So I've re-increased my reputation. Where is it under reputation? Right here. Gotcha. So I just need to put that back off and we'll be all good. What?
Here we go.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Can you just kill me? I'm sorry. What are you doing? Don't reposition. Finish me off. God damn, she's stupid. Oy vey. Alright. I'll just go back to the cannery then. Have I already talked to you? Yeah. Cool. Okay. -1 dex, perception, and temperament when I'm... So let's look up the actual stats on that. And we're gonna take it. Doesn't seem good.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my second channel. I'm very excited to have you here today because today I'm going to be exposing the world's most evil babysitter. I just found this channel called Generation Hope. It's sort of like Darman, but if Darman's videos were even lower budget. Each video is sort of like a mini movie. They're scripted out, there's a moral at the end, very emotional, very intense. And this video I want to talk about today is called Evil Babysitter Drowns Kid in Pool, Leaves Him for Dead. Without a doubt, this has to be the world's most evil babysitter. Since I just stumbled upon this channel and I watched this entire video, I want you guys to watch it too. This video is really bad. The video's 10 minutes long, and I think they probably spent like 11 minutes filming it. Let's go ahead and watch.
Oh, jeez.
You're not gonna take that money from me, you little turd!
Okay, what's funny is this is one of those things where they play like the most interesting part of the video at the beginning of the video, but I can understand you thinking, since the video is just called Evil Babysitter Drowns Kid in Pool, that like this is the whole video. It just starts there and she's just immediately pushes him in the pool for no reason. That would be kind of crazy if it's just like a 30-second long video and that's it. But no, there's more story to it. There's a reason. You'll notice she said, "You're not gonna give me that money, little twerp."
Not gonna take that money from me, you little turd!
So she clearly has a reason for pushing him in the pool. Let's figure out what it is.
This is going to be the biggest score yet.
Have you figured out how much we're going to make?
Yeah, it's going to be over $500,000.
Are you
It is your responsibility, not your employers.
Told him right before
That's
he
nice.
did this take. I feel like there has to be some kind of strange direction that made him say the line like that.
Are you sure we won't get caught?
Okay, so deliver this line like you're a bad guy, you're a burglar, you're gonna steal some money, but you also accidentally just took way too many Xanaxes. Deliver this line like you're a prototype humanoid robot. Deliver this line like it's your first time ever talking and you're just sort of dipping your toe in the water to see how it feels.
All right then. I'll get everything figured out on my end. Just let me know when everything's set on yours.
Okay, so this is important for the rest of the video. She's doing research. She's got a plan. She's going in to do this heist. The other guy says, "All right, I'll do everything I need to do on my end before we start." Okay, so they seem very organized. They have this whole thing planned out. So let's see how their plan unfolds.
Mom, I don't understand why you have to hire a babysitter.
It's kind of against the law to leave a kid your age home alone.
Fine.
What is
annoying.
This meal she's handing so it looks like cut up apples, as you can see here, but then when she hands him the plate, it's also like a tortilla. Here's your 3 apple slices and a plain tortilla, sweetie. I hope this babysitter can take care of you better than I can, because I don't know how to make any food. She could be evil and steal from us, but as long as she knows how to cook, she actually might be doing a better job than me.
If you can behave the 2 days while I'm gone, when I get back,
get you the PS5 you were asking for.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Jeez, dude, that kid woke up. He was in a trance. He was in sort of a low energy state, probably because
Fuck yeah, I mentioned PS5, you know.
Tortillas and apples. But then the second she said PS5, he stood at attention, dude. So let's just say the stakes are pretty high for this video. You got burglars coming in to steal money. You've got a kid who has a PS5 on the line. So he's gonna fight back.
Well, hello, Miss.
Oh, I like to make jingles. I forgot that.
Hi, Brenda. Good morning to you too.
Of course, I love the natural dialogue. Hello, good morning, Mrs. Davis. Hello, Brenda, and good morning to you. And how are you? I'm well, and good morning. And I'm great. And how are you? I'm great, and good morning as well. Thank you. And how are you? I'm hungry. Do you have any apple and tortilla?
Wow, what a lovely apartment you have here.
Oh, this is nothing. Thank you, though.
Such a weird line.
Oh, this is nothing. Thank you, though.
Oh, this really nice apartment, it actually means nothing to me. I could afford way better, but I could understand how someone like you would think it's nice, so thank you. Can I show you my teeth? I do. Guys, did you notice that I had something in my teeth the whole time? If you did and you didn't tell me, I'm gonna be really pissed.
All right, well, it looks like my flight leaves in 45 minutes, so I gotta get going.
Huh? Her flight leaves in 45 minutes? That actually might be the most unrealistic part of this entire video, and you guys haven't even seen their heist plan yet. Her flight leaves in 45 minutes and she hasn't even left for the airport yet? Dude, this woman is flying by the seat of her pants. Actually, she's not gonna be flying by the seat of her pants because she's gonna miss her flight.
All right, honey. You know you can call me if you need anything, though, right?
It is kind of crazy that she just hired the babysitter and then is leaving like 30 seconds after introducing them for the first time for 2 days. Haven't had to hire any babysitters for our kid yet, but I don't think that I would feel comfortable leaving him alone with someone for 2 days that I just met 10 seconds ago. But I guess she is in a rush to get to the airport, so it's not like they really have time for a lengthy introduction.
I love you so much.
Love you too, Mom.
Really cheerful music right now, too. I actually don't think I would have gone with the sweet, happy music because the interaction that's happening now seems pleasant, but we as the viewer already know that things are not as nice as they seem. I feel like tense music would have been much better here because you know some shit's about to go down. You know she's about to drown this kid, so I'm not exactly feeling great about this interaction. I mean, I'm happy, I guess I'm happy they're all getting along here. Maybe all that stuff at the beginning was just a fluke. Maybe this is actually just gonna be a really nice video. That stuff at the beginning about him drowning, that's just a glitch. It's just a YouTube glitch. I'm sure they're gonna be fine.
Please don't let him anywhere near the pool. He still doesn't know how to swim.
When will you teach me how to swim, Mom?
Soon, hun. All right, well, I do have to get going.
Soon, hun, don't worry. And you're what, 13? You can wait a couple more years to learn how to swim. I like that she said don't let him anywhere near the pool.
Please don't let him anywhere near
I
the
need
pool.
3 mag locks. Where do I get mag
swim,
locks?
But he will try. If he sees a pool, he's gonna sprint and dive headfirst, hands at his side, into the pool, and immediately drown.
All right, Brenda. Time for us to have some fun.
How about you go to your room instead?
Uh-oh.
But I thought we were friends.
I'm not your friend. I was just nice to your dumb, ugly mom so she would trust me.
Okay, so she immediately turns evil. It feels like there probably is a better strategy here to get this robbery done efficiently. I don't think she had to immediately turn evil. If anything, that's gonna make it harder because
hey,
the kid
who
she's
has
living with for the next 2 days is like
who
on
has
to her.
gear?
They just kept being nice and just stole
Vending
the
machine
money,
don't have
whatever
gear.
This money. We still don't know where the money is. She
I'm
could have
gonna go
stolen the
ask
money
you.
without the kid noticing. The kid definitely thinks she's up to something now. You go evil mode while babysitting a kid, they know you're up to something.
Is everything ready?
Yes. Mom is gone and the kid is in his room.
All right, it's time for this plan to unfold. It's time for all of her research and all this guy's preparation to come to fruition.
So what's next?
Hey, can I buy some locks from you?
You tried the best. I haven't really figured that out yet.
Oop, shit.
Look, Michael, I did my research, okay? This lady is
Her.
a real estate mogul. She made $2 million last year. There has to be money in this house somewhere.
No, there doesn't. Most people keep their money in the bank. You think that because she made $2 million last year, that's just gonna be lying around somewhere in the house? That's not how money works anymore. Was this video written in 1930? That'd be crazy if they searched this whole house and they only find like $20 in cash. I don't really keep very much cash on me, so like that's probably how much money you'd find in my house, and they still drown the kid for $20. Like, it's better than nothing. So long, dude. It's actually the perfect crime because, as we know, this kid will drown himself at a moment's notice anyway, so they can pretty much get away with it scot-free.
All right. You check the drawers. Check the closet.
Ooh.
So much paper.
Had
in
some
those drawers.
had some
Really
issues there.
effective job at looking carefully. Could be in here. No, it's definitely not in there. Though. Definitely not this. Definitely not that. Definitely not in there. It's like, could you look at the things you're pulling out a little bit? What if there's like a bank statement in one of those things? What if her bank username and password are written on one of those papers? She's just like, get all this shit out of the way. I'm looking for money. There's like a briefcase in there. She throws that out of there. Expensive jewelry and watches. She's like, get all this out of here. I'm looking for regular dollar bills. That's the only form of money I will accept.
Found it.
Oh, that's interesting. The captions are wrong. The baked-in captions that the editors added are wrong. I'm pretty sure he says, let's go open it up. He just says, let's go put it up. All right, now let's go put the safe up real high, and then we'll drop it. And then it'll break open, and the money will come out. Let's go put it up.
Where's the key?
Key? I don't know where the key is.
I thought you said you had this all planned out.
Yeah, and I also thought you said you were gonna prepare. What were you doing? You were practicing your looking skills? Were you hiding money from yourself around your apartment and then going to find it? What did either of you do to prepare for this? How did you decide upon this target? Did you just Google rich people? Like, if they live in a nice apartment building, couldn't it have been any person in this apartment building you could have robbed from? I don't really understand how they stumbled upon this woman and then decided she must have a ton of money in cash in her apartment. Was there a rumor going around that this lady doesn't trust the banks? Is she well known for just walking around in money falling off of her, like she just has so much excess money it's falling out of her pant legs? I got too many questions, man. I just want to see them drown this kid.
I knew she was rich. I didn't know the money was going to be in a lockbox with a key.
That's actually kind of
Why?
best case scenario, because it's either that or it's all in a bank, so you should probably be happy it's in a lockbox with a key.
Hey, what's going on? And who is this guy? I'm calling Mom that you brought strangers into my house.
Let's go to the pool.
The pool?
Who's this strange man in my house? Also, you're evil, but hell yeah, let's go to the pool. This kid sulks until he hears one word that he likes, and then he's like, okay, I'll do whatever you say. I don't want my mom to leave. PS5? Sure. I don't want to help you rob my mom. Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh my gosh, really? Wait, why are you being so nice all of a sudden?
Oh, I was just having a bad day this morning.
It's just that I was so frustrated this morning because I hadn't robbed your mom yet. But now that I am, I'm actually in a really good mood. Okay, so anyway, they go to the pool. Let's see what's going on.
True.
All right, first lesson, you got to practice doing your arms like this.
How am I doing?
Oh, great. Now, remember,
Mom robbery
we're
mode,
doing this
but-
so you can learn to be safe around a pool. Learn to be safe around a pool. Safe.
Wait a minute. I know what that thing was.
Whoa, dude, she just activated like a sleeper cell. This kid's been trained by the CIA to keep that safe.
I like
This
the
kid
dead
has
sprats.
3 words that immediately change his entire mood and perspective. PS5, pool, and save. The 2 make him happy. The 3rd sends him into a violent rage. The 3rd makes him hell-bent on protecting his mother's money. And also activates his advanced martial arts skills. That'd be crazy. But no, that's not what happens.
Whew, that's cold.
Well, you got to learn to swim in any temperature. Now put your hands in.
The running start is crazy. She could have easily just given him a little shove and he would have fallen in. But hey, I guess she was just, she was having fun with it.
I don't see this
Gotta make
manual.
the job fun somehow, man.
You're not gonna take that money from me, you little turd!
I don't think he necessarily wants the money. It's not like you guys are both competing to steal from his mom. I think he wants to keep the money. Like, keep it for his family. I don't think he's trying to take it from you. It's not your money, you know? That's wild if she thinks that he's competition.
Hey,
Why is there so many
Spurg
people here
Snake.
trying
Good to see ya.
Steal this money. This little kid who keeps calling that lady mom. He must be another undercover burglar. I have to kill him.
Where's the little kid?
I took care of him.
It also feels like they could have just taken this safe home. Like, the second they found it, they could have just left. And then the kid would have come out of his room and been like, where's my babysitter? Oh, well. And then they could have just pried it open when they got home. Just seems like a really roundabout way to rob someone, man. But, you know what? They're the professionals, and this is real. This did really happen, so who am I to poke holes in it?
I did it.
How much money is in there?
Okay, how much money
Dylan was funny last night.
is in here?
Yeah,
So there's
definitely.
stacks of 100.
What's
They're
on
not
number-
really thick stacks. I
Nothing.
mean, this is maybe like 10 100s. I mean, what do you think? So 1,
Foreman
2,
Granger.
3, 4, 5, 6. And if each
Okay.
stack is $1,000, that's $6,000. That's a pretty far cry from the $500,000 or the $2 million they mentioned earlier. They killed a kid for $6,000.
That's a lot of money.
No, the stacks are thicker than I thought. Okay, they're. Well, it's hard to say. Leave your guesses in the comments below. How much do you think they killed this kid for?
We are rich!
No, but what you are is under arrest.
It's got to be the clunkiest line ever for a police officer to come. You know, I feel like in a moment like this, you want him to say something really clever, like "we're rich," and then he says like, "Yeah."
While you were gone, I killed the snitch at the garden, the botanical gardens. Yeah, last night I got myself into a scuffle, or yesterday morning got myself into a scuffle, and then I had to deal with the consequences of it today.
I feel like there's something more clever he could have said. Instead he said, "Yeah, no you're not, but what you are is you are going to jail." Which it sure is about just as clever as the one that I came up with, but I feel like they probably had more time to figure it out. I'm just doing this on the spot.
What happened? Shut up. Now get on your knees, put your hands behind your back. Now!
I like that the kid is completely dry now. He got out
All right.
quick, he dried
Now I'm
out,
done
and
here.
found a police officer all in the span of like 5 minutes. How did he get out of the pool? He can't swim.
It's too easy to walk into trouble. Yeah, and if I didn't have the ability to save, I would constantly have to be worrying about everything. So I'm really glad that I just decided to mod saves back on.
Well, I didn't quit. When you left me there drowning in the pool, I was fighting for my life.
Well, I was
Why-
there for a while, but then I heard someone say the word.
Why is he just so
yes,
nonchalant
and
about it?
My eyes started glowing. I levitated out of the pool, immediately dried off, and then there was the police officer standing right there. Pretty convenient.
Eventually, I was able to get out and find a police officer, and I told him.
Also, you can clearly see in the background the pool is 3 feet.
I was trying to train Dylan to be like, you just need to save scum. The game's not like easy, but just abuse your time powers that you have in the story, and just make save points for yourself constantly. Is there a quick save button on the controller? Probably not, because on keyboard you just press F5 and then you just save.
The whole time, so. Jokes on you guys. Alright, well, anyway, thank you for watching this video. I think one thing is for sure, guys. That was one.
Oh, he ripped me apart. I got shredderooskied.
The day before devs got a Kickstarter going. Do they really? Is membership being...
Oops.
Anyone who donates money to them should be studied. Like, actually studied. They blatantly got scammed by the devs before. The day before devs return, reveal new game asking for a second chance. The day before developer returns from the dead and asks for a second chance. From now on, our development and marketing will be based on the principle of honesty. Brother, just give up. Go home. This isn't anime. You scammed so many people. Blatantly scammed so many people. Just take your money that you made from them away.
The explosion didn't hit the second guy.
Well, actually, no, you know what? I bet there is a not super small number of gamers who are probably going to be like, no, I saw the potential.
I don't have to fight these guys.
These devs have got it. They're going to make a hit game. I'll give them $50. So they're smart to keep exploiting that, I guess. There were people unironically defending the day before. Some of you might remember that. Saying like, it just came out, we have to give them some time to let it really cook, and I think it's a great start. This game's gonna be one of the biggest games ever once they really get the next couple of...
Peek the corner, I need you to peek it. There we go.
There's no community that's more easily exploitable than gamers. Devs do it all the fucking time.
Ah, man. Their machine guns are just so powerful.
Cool. Let's see.
Alright, third time's the charm.
I don't want to get DMCA'd. They probably just
Or
stole that
fourth,
music.
I don't know.
And they're making a little party game. These are all the rage right now. This could be the one. They could overthrow Fall Guys and Stumble Guys with this one. Once you helped us create Fantastic through Kickstarter. Is that how it started? Man, I bet every backer really regrets that. They
I got concussed.
Fucking villain.
Damn it.
They created evil. It's like when they opened the sarcophagus to Emotep and brought it back to life. We sincerely apologize for everything that happened and are committed to making things right. We invite you to take a look at our plan, Fantastic 2.0.
Havarti, kill him, please.
How we'll fix our past
You're my only hope now.
Preparing to return better. Let's see.
You suck,
Download the
Bavardi.
plan
I'm gonna
PDF.
tell you that
I'm
every
not doing
time.
that. You are probably going to
You
install
just
a
suck.
crypto miner.
I'm gonna give her a
I'm not
sniper.
doing
Maybe
that
she
at
can do
all.
something with
Why
that.
can't you just put it in plain text here? Why do I have to download your fucking PDF? I don't trust you even slightly. How about FAQ? We reflected on our past mistakes and initiated significant internal changes to drive radical improvement, discontinued the practice of involving external volunteers, and are now fully committed to a more professional approach. Honesty, transparency, and community engagement have become our top priorities.
Oh my, you
Having
would
learned from our
move
past
at the last
mistakes, we
second.
developed Fantastic 2.0, a plan for recovery. I'm not reading the plan. I'm not fucking downloading it.
Enemies are so accurate in this game. It's kind of
How do you plan to
insane.
avoid past mistakes, and what specific steps have you taken to improve communication? It's not a. It is not just a communication problem. You lied about what game you were making. The game didn't exist for the longest time, and then you ended up just dropping an asset flip in an entirely different genre after taking so many people's money. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It has nothing to do with communication. You're fraudsters. We're committed to honest marketing, actively engaging.
Bavardi, kill him!
Releasing development progress reports and conducting beta tests before official launch. All of these steps are outlined in Fantastic 2.0. I'm so tired that they keep linking this and referring to it.
Shoot the motherfucker!
It's not a PDF file. That's going to be something else. Has the team at Fantastic changed? I don't know why I couldn't read that. Our team has become smaller, but it still consists of the same people who created all our previous games. Well, I'm super out then. Some team members are helping out on a goodwill basis. Oh my god, you're not even paying them. Some are juggling other jobs and some are working only in the evenings. You're not even paying your employees. Oh my god.
So she is completely worthless.
What? They're not even paying them. And they just, hey, you know what? Maybe they are being more transparent and honest. Yeah, so we're not paying these guys. Can you believe it? Please fund our Kickstarter.
Fucking shoot!
Exposure. You're so fucking right. That is so true. I forgot all about the exposure dollars. Why is this even in the FAQs?
Okay.
Who would you like
Alright,
to
I
thank? Who
am
would
done
ever ask
attempting
that?
to make her do
Hey,
anything.
Devs at Fantastic.
It's just pissing me
burning
off.
question. Who do you guys want to express some gratitude towards? What is this garbage? Holy. Thanks, Fantastic. Well, I've got a sneaking suspicion this will hit its goal. Gamers do not care. They get blatantly scammed time and time and time again, but they will keep investing in the scams. Cute character design though, like the Flukes Fluglies. That's some Spy Kids shit right there, the thumb people.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine, Bavardi. Thanks.
Make a pledge without a reward. Yeah, let me do that. Know what a
You
great deal
worthless
that
bitch.
is.
I'm not fighting that second
Fantastic
camp.
return for $3. You will receive our heartfelt thanks, a special mention on the supporters wall on our website, and an exclusive backer role in the Discord server. One backer, cool. $20, you get the game. Oh, you don't even get the game for this. Ah, I didn't even register that. Cool. $20. You get a digital copy of the game for PC, along with an exclusive role in the Discord. Additionally, your name will be featured on the supporter wall. $35. Get 2 digital copies of the game for PC, one for you and one to share. Both of you will receive exclusive roles on the community Discord. Digital game plus back to win t-shirt. Digital copy of the game for $45. Digital copy of the game for PC along with the exclusive back to win limited t-shirt.
Okay.
You'll also receive special role.
I'm at the Flamey Flame plant.
Gonna come, but let me see.
wanted to poke around in here.
I'll assume that it's a banger of a shirt. 65 grams, 4 digital copies of the
Really?
game, one for you and 3 friends, and then you get the shirt.
Really?
With Discord. 75. You get wait,
Plasma is
75
too
bucks,
big
you
to
don't
fit
even
through
get
here.
The 4 copies here. You get a copy along with the hoodie. This is worse value. $80, you get 8 digital copies and the hoodie and the shirt. $200, you get 1 copy and your name is featured in the game credits as a special supporter. You should get bullied for that. You should actually get bullied for that. If your name is in the credits of this fucking game as a special supporter, you deserve to be spit on and wedgied. And then you get your shirt and hoodie. Jesus, it keeps going. $500. Copy the game and recognized as an executive backer with prominent mention in game credits, as well as your shirt and hoodie. It's the same thing. You're $300 for the same thing. You just gave it a different name. Executive versus special. God, another $1,000. Limited edition signature collection. Showcase your dedication to Fantastic's return.
Hi.
Oh, it's like a cult. Digital copy of the game, the hoodie, the shirt, and a dad hat. And then you get the elite backer roll and name and credits. Cool. It keeps going. Holy shit, $2,000. Make your mark on Escape Factory. Your name will be featured on a prominent board within one of the in-game locations. And a copy of the game. And then your fucking swag.
Hey, Pavardi, why don't you go over there?
$3,000. You join the development team. They refuse to pay their employees, but you can pay to be part of their team if you want. $3,000. Join our team. You collaborate with us in designing an in-game location and work closely with our artists to bring their custom monster to life. That's so fucking adorable. Holy. Pay $3,000 to do their work for them for free.
It's not her specifically that's the problem. It's the AI of all companions in this game. They just
get your own in-game exclusive.
Pressing the attack button if they're in sight should make them immediately attack. They shouldn't be like, okay, hold on, let me get into position and then pull the trigger. No, I have an attack button that tells my companions to attack. It should specifically shoot when I press that button.
With the founders of Fantastic. Also, you're gonna pay.
Otherwise, it's just like a worthless key.
You're gonna pay $12,000 for the privilege of going to dinner with them and then paying for their dinner. I promise. I guarantee they're not covering your meal.
Why are these different?
Oh, and you're gonna pay for your own flight out there, by the way. Dinner with them, $12,000, huh? Cool. What value?
Why is this one just better?
Value? You don't even get the swag with it, do you not? I didn't even read the rest. I assumed you did. Oh my god, you don't even get the dad hat, the hoodie, the shirt, or anything? Do you not even get to make your own custom monster either? $12,000 is actually just a dinner. You're literally just getting a dinner. Oh my god. Where do I sign up? Oh, there's a comment here. Escape Factory, let's go. Oh, it's Michael Super Packer. He's in the stream.
Well, the specials are pretty easy. I think you can just check them here in the menu.
It's crazy.
It'll just tell you what they do. I believe. I thought it did.
It's like he smells when I'm looking at Kickstarter. This is the
Pavardi's is like a hammer slam.
That's actually unbelievable. What a fucking legend. This dude's got some kind of like worm on my computer where he searches, like he's able to get notified whenever I touch Kickstarter. He just spent $12K on it. No, I think he probably did it. Yeah, he did like $1. He actually did a single dollar. Went from $2.17 to $2.18 just so he could leave this comment. Well, that was interesting. I'm gonna check back on this in like 5 hours.
Yeah, Felix's is good because it can ragdoll enemies if it lands.
This dev team should not be able to stay in business. They are scammers. Legitimate scammers.
I don't like when Charlie's videos just end like in the middle of a sentence. Makes me feel like my software stopped. I'm gonna check what's in it.
Easy.
Alright, that was worth it. I like how there's multiple ways in here. I think I have a talent with rifles. I don't know what it is. Let's find out. I don't know. Whenever I pull out my rifle, I have a little pistol icon at the bottom. Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, thanks. That's helpful. So durability lets you know your gun's weak. Do not need to, what button is tab on my keyboard right now? Because my tab is caps lock. What is it? Do I have a tab key? Okay, I should make that tab then. What is it under? Navigation? No. Function? Doesn't make any sense. There we go. It's under editing. There. In this game, you can't bind tab to a key, so I had to switch the caps lock and the tab key using software. So now I can do whatever I want with it. Am I coming through loud? It looks like maybe I'm a little loud. Stupid commandos. You can cancel that third shot with a punch.
I think magic is... I'll be honest, I don't mind throwing down a little commander gain here and there, right? But
the control room should be off to the right.
I think drafting and playing cube is the funnest way you could ever play the game. Thank you for being such a good dude. Your work inspires me to keep drawing. If you ever need artists, let me know. Love you, man. Appreciate you.
I've never seen Meat Canyon go live, like do a live.
Welcome to the Meat family.
Can I just break this and climb in?
Dude, probably fucking Click. I love Click. There's a lot of bad ones. I feel like I liked Click a lot. Click has a lot of heart and soul. Hey Hunter, will you give a what's to my friend Clam? I'm not gonna address anyone named Clam. We'll probably get some Diddy's baby oil. Love you.
He's like, hey, I need to leave.
Oh, man, thank you.
Ooh, that receptionist got no head.
Can you do a video about RuneScape? Might be a good goof. What the fuck would I do? What would it be about? I've never really played RuneScape. I remember playing it back in the day, and I would just right-click follow people, and it was just funny seeing the text bubble come up of people being like, "Stop! Seriously, stop following me! Stop following me! Stop following me!" And as a kid, I was like, God, this is the funniest thing ever. And I'd log on to E-Bomb's World, and I'd watch Inzibzy World, and I'd go to funnyjunk.com, and it was a better time. Papa, you were one of the best. You were one of the best YouTubers. You always made
Damn, one short.
One of the best YouTubers. Well, hopefully I can get back to it at one point. You always make my day better when I watch your videos. You should make a video about crazy exotic pet owners. You were so funny on the $10. Next time, save $10.
That's the last of them.
Nobody's obligated to do this shit. Started reading the Tales from the Gas Station books, and I want to thank you and Papa Wendy for getting me into it. It's pretty fun. Pretty good time. I enjoy it. It's not bad. We do a video on the Thing remake? Nah, I won't. Nah, I'm not touching that. Listening to any sweet metal recently? I've been listening to, I don't know why I've been re-listening through Waking the Cadaver. I've been listening to a lot of Spirit World, a band from Vegas. Actually, both these bands are from Vegas. Spirit World and a band called Lords of Death.
Aha.
I listen to a lot of that.
Trying to hide from me. I knew you were over here. I could smell you.
Skibbity son or Hawk to a daughter. Kill me God. Doing a video on backyard wrestling would be fun. That would be sick. I really want to do a video on big rig drivers. The guys who are like...
Is that his music?
Soft
No,
hands,
good.
right? If you're not putting in 2,000 miles a day, you got soft hands.
Oh, it is his music.
Thank you. I love Melvin manga and Melvin's shirt my friend got me. Godspeed, keep with the awesome work. Thank you, buddy. Pumpkin spice latte. It is that time. It is that time, princess. You got any chest tats? Nah. If I lost a bunch of weight, I probably would. But like, me being a
Haha, you just got Hughesied.
Let me play a sound effect. I haven't got any, and I'm not going to add any.
No problem. Yeah, no, basically, I just think that a lot of stuff that's popular stinks, and that's not, and it may just be because I'm obnoxious.
I gotta get going here in just a minute.
But I'm also right all the time, always, on every topic, ever.
Right, okay, so that might make this a bit difficult. So with movies, did you get to have you always been like that, or did you get to a certain point when you were like a teenager or whatever where you kind of went, this is all
Damn, I'm just short of like all the lockpicking here.
No, it's actually something that happened more specifically during the pandemic, which was a virus thing that happened in 2020.
Not heard of that. Not heard of that.
Funny as fuck, so many people died. Losers. But no, so of course, yeah, nothing to do. There's only
Rest in peace, Nan.
There's only so many times you could jerk your gherkin, and believe me, that broke some records during the pandemic. And you just start rewatching films, and even especially, like one of the films that I love is Die Hard. But when you analyze that, it's like, well, hang on a second. Why did he bring a gun and loads of ammunition to go visit his wife for Christmas?
Well, they were clearly having a divorce.
Because he's an American, that's why, Husey.
Trying to save some money in the long run.
Yeah, if you pay attention to Die
Nope, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good.
John McClane
Avoid.
Kill her because she was clearly having an affair with Ellis. Who
All good.
Clearly banged her in a coke-fueled orgy at some time in LA.
I thought she was sleeping with.
All good, Higgins. I'm coming for you.
I thought that was the angle.
I'm coming for you.
But also one thing I've got to mention about Die Hard, and I hope this doesn't come across as sexist, but that Holly McClane had some big fucking tits on her.
Why would that be sexist?
Give me all my money.
Okay, yeah, that might come across as sexist.
I got some cum to come across her.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have anything. Well.
Yeah, you're gonna do a cum tribute to her later? Put it on her?
Hi.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot.
Apologies.
Scram.
So, I see you every so often doing your, does this person suck? Does Tarantino suck?
You can talk?
Is it
The
just
Phantom's
clickbait?
never
'Cause that's
talked
quite
before.
clever, I guess, because
I
a lot
knew
of
I shouldn't have
people
eaten that sprat
like
raw.
Tarantino, obviously.
See,
they're
see,
Tarantino
Higgins,
fans.
this is why you must always
I
boil
think
your sprats
Jackie
before
Brown
ingesting.
Is amazing. I think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is unbelievable.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the
But
phantoms
what
of my
he
imagination,
is,
which
much
terrorized
like
me
how
on
we were
occasion.
talking earlier about
Chester
Noel
T.
Gallagher,
Higgins.
The D stands for definitely not insane.
Quentin
I use it as a
Tarantino
reminder.
Steals and passes it off as his own. It's unbelievable. He's basically
Higgins
the
has
guy
been many things
who's in
over
a
the years.
cover band
Sprat Wrangler,
that goes
Saltuna
to like
critic,
a
Aetherweight
fucking
personality,
small town
chairman of the
village and he's
board,
like, hey, I just
Galactic
wrote this
Defender,
new song,
Sisty Pig
Born
Tycoon.
to Run.
I've
wrote
come
it
a
this
long way
morning.
for someone who started off as a
And
simple
that's what
engineer
it is.
right
Like,
here
so
in this
he's
plant.
a con artist and he's a
Then why are you here?
and he's got autism and he's a fucking pervert.
Mechanicals lost their
But he
bolts.
did make Jack
Opened fire on
Ryan
anything that
Once Upon a
moved.
Time in
It was
Hollywood.
pandemonium.
So none of the other movies you give him.
You
any
mean
credit
why
for?
did the Mechanicals go
They're
on a murderous
okay.
rampage? Same reason
I
any
think
of us
what
do, I
was
his most
suppose.
overrated? I
The
know
voices
we
told him
can
to do
just
it.
go watch that show, I'm sure.
I was on cleaning
Kill
duty
Bill.
at the time. My
Kill
old
Bill,
boss
yeah,
had me
yeah.
scrubbing pipes
I
when the
enjoyed
killing
Kill
started.
Bill for what it was.
So,
but
as
I was
usual,
also
I
like
missed out.
14 or whatever at times, so I enjoyed that because it was like a cool little movie.
I specialized in auto
Kill Bill
mechanicals,
has, the
drones,
show's,
sentries,
Reservoir
repaired
Dogs.
them,
Interesting,
maintained them,
interesting.
upgraded,
Can you imagine?
did it all from my old workroom
You're a
just
bunch
over in the
of-
next section.
Bunch of lads.
Cool. Thanks.
Getting, yeah, fucking plugs. All right, love. How's it
Look,
fucking going?
I don't want
Have
to
a
fall
cup of
into any
fucking
trouble
tea,
with
love.
the Mechanicals. If they
That's
wise
what
up
I
to our
said.
plans, they will come for us with prodding iron.
No, it's just it's a expat accent.
Right. Got you. Okay, Karen.
So you're a bunch of
You know,
lads.
you
who are,
remind me of
was
myself
it
back when
9
I
of
was an
them? They're getting
intergalactic
ready to go
adventurer.
do this bank
I
robbery.
discovered a
Thanks
flaw.
to the
Their
keep a low
hostility levels were
profile.
hardwired to
All
maximum.
of them go
There's
out
no
for
changing that,
breakfast
but you
together.
could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other
Okay.
instead.
To be fair, you'd have to be a pretty shit detective to kind of be like, out of interest, was there a group of like 9 or 10 people hanging around at any
Yes,
point
that's
in the
exactly
local
it.
area?
See, you're also versed in the
there's
noble art of
9 of
mechanical
them.
engineering.
Noble art.
There's a behavior
Yeah, why not?
control terminal in the other room.
And a guy would
It
go,
should have options to change
are
out the
you guys
mechanicals.
going to a
Oh,
funeral?
that reminds me. You'll need my
What the fuck are you dressed like this for, all 9
Funny
of you?
thing,
And then
I was working
especially,
on a logic
you don't
module.
know these bad guys, and then some big chin fucking
The
freak
tail.
starts going,
Definitely
hey
start
man,
with
here's the thing about Madonna, right? It's do not sound like a virgin. You go,
Forgot
shut up. I don't know you. We're gonna fucking rob a bank and potentially kill people. Why are you talking about Madonna, you fucking weirdo? And stop saying all right all the time, you big chin cunt.
I can't really argue with that. Maybe you've got a point with Reservoir Dogs. I'll let you have that. And Kill Bill.
And one more point, there's a Stanley Kubrick film called Killing.
Sprat lover.
Basically is Reservoir Dogs. It's just it was made in the 50s or 60s or whatever. So fuck you, Chin.
I still like you, don't worry, Chin. And I like what you do to get girls to let you suck on their feet. That was good. That was OG.
Minus steam. You're liable to get
What's it
scalded.
called? Me Too stuff from what was it, 2000s?
Y'all's targeting protocols are awful. Excuse me, ow.
I'm writing the Dust Till Dawn remake. I mean, if I wrote Dust Till Dawn, I would have it that the fangs were in
Thank
the
you,
arsehole,
security chief.
and the only way she can fight
I gotta keep moving. Thank you.
right in the face. It's like, no problem. Oh no, I'm a victim. Oh, she bit me twice.
Okay, cool. So I've also noticed that you.
Yeah.
Are you gay or? That's probably my.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
No, I'm not gay.
Pavardi, I'm gonna need you to actually do a little bit of work here, or we're both going to die. I've overextended.
Right. So back in your day.
Yeah. We used to have Prodigy and Wu-Tang playing on the radio at all times. Like,
Alright, no, fall back.
Hardcore shit, Metallica and fucking Oasis and rock and roll, Edge.
Oh. I told you not to die.
We have got Ed Sheeran and everything, so I'm glad we both love Ed Sheeran.
Alright, guess I'm gonna
I do actually
be a little bit smarter this time.
Too overplayed, too popular.
Equipped my shotgun already.
I wish that I liked him. I wish I was into Beyonce. I wish I liked Coldplay. But I think they all stink.
I gotta
Why don't you go listen to,
go.
like, Celine Dion live or whatever. Like, I can't remember what ones they were, but they were. It was someone who was quite famous
Okay.
from the 80s or 90s, and you'd gone to go see
Through
her
here.
or something.
through here, through the steam,
Liable to get scalded. Get ready.
around the bots,
I like Celine Dion.
through the door,
You want to go see her, don't you?
up.
I couldn't go see her anymore. She's got the rigor mortis.
Just deal. Okay, fair enough.
But I also genuinely love Big Bad. That's not
you actually
Just keep running, Pavardi.
I took my mum this summer to go see Take That in Belfast.
Cannot use while in combat. Of course not. Why would I be able to lock the door?
I would have gone anyway.
That's something I really liked about Prey, is you could lock fucking doors. You're the manual door lock.
BJ's.
Whoa. None of that talking.
Okay.
Whilst talking about BJ's though, what did Ray DeVito ever do? So I know obviously it's your ongoing.
So where is the computer terminal? I think it was back in this room.
Just keep watching, because he probably won't tell me. But
Give me a second.
You and Ray, are you okay with friends? Because I find him really dull and really boring.
Okay. Go down one floor. Go through.
Where did it start at least? If you don't want to break the
Well, with those people that come on calling names,
Fuck you.
not me, 'cause you can see the names written down in the like when the Aussie guy can do an impression of me and he calls Ray a PDF file and stuff. That's good. I just think that Ray's a good egg, but at the same time, what genuinely does annoy me about him is shillness for Kevin Brennan. That actually does annoy me, and I think he's also a very bad decision maker.
I know I opened this door.
Shooting Network when he did, his show was doing really great numbers at that time. So leaving.
Well, compared to what he's doing now, for sure, yeah.
Right.
And then that whole thing with Ari Jane. I don't know if you ever met her.
I've not met her, no, but I've seen her on his show and that.
But if a woman like that lived near me, and was flirting with me that much, and was giving me that many, so many.
As long as all the hallways don't look the exact same, I'm generally good at like speed navigating through facilities. Especially if I've been here before, which I have. Oh no! We're not dying here. Hit some Huffium.
It's okay. We'll just be friends.
Thank you.
He does pretty well in terms of that he shows, not on stage, but in terms of like attention from females and what have you. Is he just asexual now, or what? Because I don't think he's specifically gay, but he doesn't seem that interested in girls, or is he just that damaged?
I think the thing about Ray is he is a good-looking guy, and he works out a lot, and he's in great shape and stuff, and like he's in his 50s, and he looks like he's in his 30s. Like,
Oh, so you're smart. All right.
But I just think that it's been so long since he's got with a woman, and he's full of anxiety.
All right, have fun killing.
Yeah. He just can't say. Yeah, he just can't seal the deal. Like there's the legendary stream he did. He was staying at a female friend's house, and I can't remember her name. And she was literally walking around the house during the stream in her underwear, and it's like, Ray, how are you not picking up on those
Higgins.
signals? Like, I'm not saying
I need that manual.
but she clearly wants to get her arse eaten. Salma Hayek.
Higgins.
So do it.
I need your stuff.
And then he just gives Kevin Brennan more material to make fun of him, which is boring.
Yes.
I need your stuff.
Ray DeVito being boring. I don't think he's as nice as people say he is as well.
What's eating you?
I think he very much.
Yeah, I just want the book.
I'll just be the good guy then. I'll just not. But there's certain times where he's like, he feels like he's the big boy. And
Okay, I don't care.
now I'm gonna start beating you up because I got beaten up by all my big brothers.
You have the book?
Yeah, no, Ray.
Do I have the book?
That I don't like where he holds stuff in, until you know, the big blow off.
There. Thank you. Now I can end the game. Hooray! This is a great ending point. Hit the hard save. There we go. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I gotta head to work today. It's super exciting. Friday. Check out Biggest Problem. Or don't. I don't care. Watch whatever you like. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for hopping in, Birch, Spurgsnake. I appreciate it. And Rochi, if you're still here, have a good one. And until then, I'll see you next time.